Oh,
We, I mean, we got a question about slow is smooth and smooth is fast, and what that actually means and how that is actually applicable to any kind of real world combat situation. In my experience, I find a lot of people get this slightly twisted. Um, for me, the slow is smooth, smooth is fast saying works best when I'm trying to learn a new movement pattern. So the way that I generally think of it is, if I'm trying to learn something new of anything, if I'm learning anything kind of new, any pattern new, what the way I like to train is I like to first break it down into just slow motion. Doesn't have to be smooth, doesn't have to be anything even pretty. In my head, when I'm learning a new movement or when I'm trying a new pattern, I have a checklist of all the things that I need to do in order to get the be technically sound, have my body mechanics right, have my structure right, and be technically sound. So let's take a really simple example of an angle one strike, right? I want to go super slow from the beginning. Already from here, I start going through my checklist. What are my feet doing? Where is my weight? Where should I be chambering? How much of the punyo should I leave? How close or far should my hand be? Then in my head, I go through the clock. I'm looking at 1 o'clock. I'm entering. Where should the follow through go? Where do I chamber after that? So if I'm just doing angle one strikes, I'm just going to be trying to tick mark all of these things on my checklist. Once I get those tick marks going consistently, then I can start to put all of the different steps together. So for example, the first one, I'm just checking. Okay, I know I'm hitting that 1 o'clock. I know I need to follow through onto the shoulder. Okay, hitting the 1 o'clock, follow through onto the shoulder, come back. Now when I'm hitting those checklists consistently, then I'm going to try and combine the individual steps within whatever it is that I'm trying to do. So I'm just trying to not speed up, but just do it in a smooth flow, combining all the individual steps together in a smooth flow. Now let's say I add footwork into this. So I'm going to step in front, 1, 2, come back. I'm going to step in with an angle 1, step out with an angle 2. So as I step in, I'm breaking everything down. I know I have to step back, I step back, angle 2. I'm breaking everything down to the most minute pieces and then trying to do the movements. Once I have this down, then I can start combining the individual movements. So I'm stepping in, stopping, stepping out, stopping, stepping in, stopping, stepping out, stopping. Now I start to combine even those. So I'm stepping in, stepping out. So I'm not speeding up, I'm just smoothing everything, making it a nice smooth flow. Once I have this down and once I get my repetitions into this, there's no tension, I'm not putting any power into it, I'm just trying a nice smooth flow. And it's still slow. Once I have enough repetition with this where it's sunk into my body, now I can work at going fast and still hitting the same checkpoints. This method of slow is smooth, smooth is fast helps me to absorb new information a lot quicker than if I'm just stumbling through and not having any idea what to do. Because this allows me to take the breaks when I need to, go through my checklist, constantly reevaluate what I'm doing, and then put together all the individual parts that make up any one step, and then try and flow through them smoothly. Once I can flow through them smoothly, consistently, where 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10 I'm being able to flow smoothly through these, now I can start to add speed. Now I can start to try and apply them in a real world sparring context. So even if it's distance sparring, I can try and apply it on the tire, in my mind when I'm moving. Now is when I can start applying those things. I can add speed and power. But when it comes to learning a new movement pattern, for me that's where the slow is smooth, smooth is fast saying is at its best utilization. And you can try this with any kind of new movement pattern, whether it's a partner drill movement pattern or a solo drill movement pattern.